Today in our class we will start from the second part of the Australia, that is the physical features. So this is the Australia, and here the physical features are 5 physical features of Australia. First is the Eastern Highland. First I will go all together. I am not writing. First I have written the Eastern Highland. This Eastern Highland is actually in this portion. So this portion is the Eastern Highland, actually made up with some hills, some of the hills, some of the plateaus, some of the mountains range. With this, these are made up, and this is actually called the Great Dividing Range. So this Great Dividing Range is made up with the some of the small ranges and some of the plateaus. This total part, the Great Dividing Range, is made up with the some different physical.
These are the physical divisions of the Australia: the Eastern Highlands, the Central Lowlands, the Western Plateau, the Coastal Plains, and the Great Barrier Reef. The yellow part of the Australia in the east side, the full yellow part, is known as the Great Dividing Range and also known as the Eastern Highlands. This is made up with hills, mountain ranges, and
this Great Dividing Range with the made up of some of other divisions. It has some of other divisions. So this part is totally the Eastern Highland, and Eastern Highland is made up with the New England Plateau, next is the Australian Alps, this is the mountain ranges, the Snowy Mountain. This is also a range. Next is the Blue Mountain, and last one is the Grampian Mountain. This one is the also mountain range. These together, these 5 features is made of the Eastern Highlands. This Eastern Highlands is made up with the volcanic eruption, uplifting of the place, and also also with the fold and fold the actions. And this is this portion is actually in the north. In north, this portion is the shorter and the wider, and this portion in the south portion and this portion is the highest part and the narrower part. Northern part is the shorter part and the wider part, short but wider. Southern part is the highest part or the narrower part. So this is the, and this portion, this side, that is the east side and it is the west side. This east side, that is this side slopes are the steep slopes and this side slopes are the gentle slopes. These slopes are the steep slopes and this side slopes are gentle slopes. Now I will go to the eastern part division, eastern highland divisions, and one thing that is, these pictures also will come. This extension is the 3500 kilometer. That is the extension. This picture, some of the pictures of the of these divisions you will get, and this is the start with the in the north it start with the northeast Cape York peninsula. With the in the northeast, we start from the northeast Cape York peninsula, with the Cape York peninsula. And its ends, actually its ends in the, this part is the central lowland. This central lowland in the west side of southwest Australia up to that portion, the southwest Australia, that portion it's ended. So from north to that side it's ended. So let's start now the division of this feature.
Australia's largest plateau is the New England Plateau, and this plateau is in the New South Wales. Australian Alps is the highest mountain range in Australia. It's in the southeastern part of Australia and it is located in eastern Victoria, New South Wales and the Australian capital territory. The Snowy Mountain is the formerly known as the Snowies. It is located in southern New South Wales. This is the highest mountain range on the continent of the mainland Australia, and the highest peak of Australia, Kosciuszko, is from this range. Blue Mountain is the World Heritage Area and it is located in west of Sydney in Australia's New South Wales. Grampian Mountain is located in Victoria, and in the Grampian Mountain here is a national park. Kosciuszko is the highest mountain peak of mainland Australia and it is from the Snowy Mountain range and it is above the sea level 2228 meter.
Our next feature is the physical feature of Australia is the central lowland, and the central lowland is the area in the north part. It is in the Gulf of the Carpentaria. In the south part, that is the Encounter Bay. And is the east part, that is the Eastern Highland, sorry. And the west part, that is the Western Plateau. This is the central lowland, is the surroundings by this, and this central lowlands, there is also a three part. This three part is the first is the Carpentaria lowland. Next is the Lake Eyre basin. And last one is the Murray-Darling basin. Along with these three features, this central lowland has made up. And one another thing in the Carpentaria lowland is the Artesian basin.
In the north of Australia, here is a gulf, that is the Gulf of Carpentaria, and around the Gulf of Carpentaria a lowland is there that is called the Carpentaria lowlands. It covered the northern part of Australia and it's a large lowland area. It comprises with the world's largest artesian basin.
The Artesian basin is made up with for the aquifer. This aquifer is the thing that is this is the permeable and impermeable rocks. Permeable rocks, these are the permeable rocks where water can store, and these are the permeable rocks, this and this one. This one is the impermeable rocks. Why it is the storing? It can store the water here because of the impermeable rocks are here, so the water cannot go through the next layer. That is why the water can store in this area, in this portion of the layer. So here is the water, here is the water. So if I will dig a well, and by the rainfall the water is coming through, and this is the recharge area. If I will dig a well, water is here full of, here also full of water, but in this portion and in this portion there is no water. So for the vacuum place, here the water is there. What is happening? The pressure is so much high on the water. When we are digging the well, that time the water, for the pressure of the water can go through the well and it will become out. Without any help of the pump, it will come out for the pressure. That is called the artesian well, and these are the aquifer. So these things, the great artesian well, we can see in the central lowlands area. That is the speciality of this central lowlands area.
The Great Artesian Basin is the largest and deepest around the world, and it extends almost 1,700,000 square kilometer, and it is the only source of the fresh water in the part of the inland Australia. In 1840, the European explorer Edward John Eyre, who discovered first the Eyre Lake, according to his name, the basin is called the Lake Eyre Basin. This is the world's largest inland drainage basin, and this basin is created by naturally. This inland drainage basin is covered 1/6 area of the whole Australia. The Lake Eyre is collected all the water which comes from the rivers in the lake, and this large inland drainage basin is either desert or the vast salt pans, a ground which is covered with salt and the other minerals. Those are generally shining under the sun. The ground is called salt flats or the salt pans, and the high salt content of the draining rivers are in the Lake Eyre Basin. The Murray-Darling River Basin region is in the central lowlands area of the Australia. The main river of Australia and the longest river of Australia is the Murray. The Murray River is a perennial river. For that reason, it is full of water for the whole year, and the Murray River is getting water by its tributaries. The Darling River, also a major river of Australia, but it is a non-perennial or the seasonal river. By these two major rivers, the Murray-Darling River Basin has made, and this is a main river basin of Australia, and this river basin is named by the Murray. This basin, which drains around 1/7 of Australian landmass, it covers the southeastern part of Australia. It is the most significant agricultural area in this continent. The many different types of indigenous fish and animal species which only can found in this basin.